Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Shri Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. 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 Jaya Jaya Ram. Jaya Jaya Ram. Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedhase Raghunataya Nathaya Sitaya Pataye Namaha. Om Shri Ramachandraya Namaha. Atulita Baladhamam Hema Shailabhadeham Danujavana Krishanum Jnaninam Agraganyam Sakala Guna Nidhanam Vanaranamadhisham Raghupati Priya Bhaktam Vatajatan Namami. Raghupati Priya Bhaktam Vatajatan Namami. Om Shri Hanumate Namaha. Om Dhyayami Chinmayanandam Gurudevam Mahamatim Prema Purnam Kriyashilam Sada Lokahite Ratam Kripalum Sundarakaram Samartham Satyadarshinam Vacha Tattva Prakashinya Shoka Moha Vinashinam. Om Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. Om Namah Shri Tulsi Dasa Sadvarishtaya Dhimate Puritam Hridayam Yena Rama Premamrite Name. Om Shri Tulsi Dasaya Namaha. Hari Om, a very warm welcome to the last session of this series. We all might have heard the first sutra in the Brahma Sutras. It says, Athato Brahma Jignasa. That is the first sutra. And for that first sutra, there is so much of commentaries available. So deep is the meaning of this Athato Brahma Jignasa, just 3-letter word. In Ramayana, we saw Satiji might have chanted Athato Brahma Pariksha. Instead of Jignasa, Brahma Pariksha. She went to do pariksha with Brahman, Paramatma, Bhagavan Sri Ramchandra ji. And we saw how very beautifully, tactfully, with humility, at the same time, a proper indication, a proper teaching in a manner of saying to Sati, what did Ramchandra ji do? He prostrated in front of her with both the hands folded, and then he said, Avadha Naresh, Dasharatha Putra, Sri Ram. I am that Sri Ram. And he asked her, how did he ask her? Where is Vrishaketu? And why are you wandering alone in this forest? That gives a clear indication. Sita ji also understood. What did she understand? She understood that the Antaryami Bhagavan is Sri Ramchandra ji, and he has also understood that I am not the Sita what I have presented, but I am Sati. That even Ramchandra ji has understood. And we found Rama Bachana Mridu Gudha Suni, having listened to the very deep but very humble Mridu Bani, we saw Mridu Vachana of Rama, having listened to that, Upaja Atisankochu, extremely that guilt in her, that guilt in her came out. It occupied her mind with so much of embarrassment and shame. Sati Subhita Mahesapahi. Subhita meaning what? She became terribly afraid. She became so afraid and she turned towards Shivaji because she didn't know what to do. She was totally dumbfounded. And then she turned towards Shivaji and Chali Hridaya Badasoch. Chali meaning what? She started running. Chali here means we can definitely understand. She started running towards Bhagavan Shivaji, Hridaya Badasochu, with a heavy heart. She's trying to think what to think, but then she doesn't know what to think. How many times you and I also have gone through such a situation where we are dumbfounded? Such a terrible experience Satiji must have had. And then she explains in the next Chaupai, 54th Chaupai, we will chant. मैं संकर कर कहा न माना निज अज्ञानुराम पर आना जाई उतरु अब देह उकाना उर उपजा अति दारुण दाह जाना राम सती दुख पावा निज प्रभाव कछु प्रगति जनावा सती दीख कौतुक मग जाना आगे राम सहित श्री भ्राता फिर चितवा पाछे प्रभु देखा सहित बंधु सिय सुंदर बेशा जहाँ चित वहित प्रभु आसीना से वही सिद्ध मुनीस प्रवीणा देखे शिव विधि विष्णु अनेका अमित प्रभाव एक ते एका बंध चरण करत प्रभु सेवा विध बेश देखे सब देखा सती विधात्री इंदिरा देखी अमित अनूप जेहि जेहि बेश अजादि सुर तेहि तेहि तन अनुरूप सियावर रामचंद्र की जय। पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय, बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय, सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। मैं शंकर कर कहा न माना, I did not listen to Bhagavan Shivaji's words. See, this is a very important psychology in all of us too. Rather more in all of us. Embodied in us. What? That ability to see the results before the action is not there in most of us. The ability to see the result before actions is a very, very great, ability. It is a talent also in a manner of saying one. And the third, I would rather go strongly and say, it is simple common sense. We all claim to be intelligent, but we have to use our intelligence. That particular situation, probably once in our lifetime, Satiji has experienced, we are experiencing on a day-to-day basis, on daily. This particular experience of regret after action has been very common in our life. What is the reason? Reason is we don't think before action. What is it that our mind thinks of? Kama esha krodha esha rajo guna samudbhava mahashano mahapapma vidhi iha vairinam. Krishna says in the Gita, Kena prayuktaha purushaha papam charati Kama eshaha, krodha eshaha, rajoguna samudbhavaha, maha ashanaha, maha papma. Desire, kama, anger, krodha. Krodha is what? Byproduct of kama only. Krodha is actually a byproduct of kama. Therefore, we say kama and krodha are actually one and the same. Two faces of the same coin. We may say, Kama and Krodha, because of that, and where is it born from? Rajoguna. Samudbhavaha. Samyak udbhavaha, meaning terribly it comes out from our Rajoguna. Maha Ashanaha. Maha Ashanaha, very, very fatalistic enemy. Mahapapma, very sinful actions born out of it. Therefore, evam vidhi iha vairinam. These are the real enemies of life, kama and krodha. In fact, rajoguna. And it is this which provokes, which motivates, which ordains, which dictates action. And we, because we are so habituated to succumbing to our own desires, our own passions, our own lust, our own anger, we are so habituated, even before we want to start thinking, we are already fallen. Is it not? How many times post-action we have regret and said, Chah, I should not have done this. Where did my intelligence go? All this natak we do. But then, Kshine punya martya lokam vishanti, we come back to the same thing, again fall. Again and again fall. And again we regret. Meaning what? The regret is also not serious. It is, Kshanachittam, Kshanapittam, they say. For that moment, I should not have done. Why did I do this? And after some time, if the same situation and conditions come, when the same circumstances come, then you will find that real me with full of kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya. All of them will say, it's okay. All these years you have not seen. Once more it is okay. Next time we'll think about it. And we fall prey. Is it not? This is the power of Maya. That is what we saw. Shivaji, he said, my Maya is so wonderful that I thought she is Maya, that there is a greater Maya which has engulfed even Sati, who is otherwise Parvati herself. Think. Mama Maya Duratyaya. My Maya is very, very strong, very, very difficult to overpower. That is why sadhana, in spite of sadhana, we fall. Think how powerful that Maya could be. And the proportion is like this. The depth of our fall indicates the intensity of our desire. Therefore, one has to be very alert, very vigilant. In spite, again we will fall. Doesn't matter. Wake up. Get up. March towards Bhagavan. This is the call. So when we see Satiji having so much of regrets in her mind, Main Shankara kar kaha na mana, when elders talk to us, when teachers talk to us, when our own elderly sibling talk to us, parents, grandparents, when they all guide us, we don't handle it properly. We don't take the guidance seriously. We don't inculcate those values seriously. And therefore what happens? Our passion, our lust, our demands, our desires gains prominence because I have kept the intelligence down below. I have made the intelligence a doormat, and those, passion comes in front of me. They overpower me and drive me to work towards gaining those impermanent, ephemeral sense pleasures. Think how strong they have been. And tell me, who has developed that? Me, myself. At the time when my mind was weak, I indulged in those fashionable activities and definitely got lot of pleasure and thought that has got happiness, and I have given myself to it. I have lost myself to it. Think. We claim to be intelligent. We claim to be powerful. We want to be independent. But see how dependent we are. And the main point what we have to understand here is not listening to the advice given by the elders at the time when it is required for me. Very many times we only hear, we don't listen. And by mistake, if it goes inside, if it is taking place somewhere, it has taken a place somewhere down below, when the situation comes, it does remind us, hey, you're doing wrong. But I have developed, I have, become powerful. Therefore, I have the ability to push that good thoughts away and strengthen all my weaknesses. And indulge. And then what happens? Sankara kara kahana mana. I did not listen. Oh God. Nija agyanu, real ignorance. Rama parana. My ignorance, I tried to impose it on Rama. Antaryami, Bhagavan Ramchandraji, I tried to impose my ignorance on him. Rama parana. जाई उतरु अब देहु कहा. जाई उतरु. What will I answer? Ab dehu kaha. When I return to Shivaji and when he asks me what happened, how will I answer? What will I answer? Ura upajati darunadaha. The agony, ura upaja, the agony in her, that restlessness in her, that heavy heart in her, that sense of guilt in her. Ura upaja ati dharunadaha. It is burning in her. It is so uncontrollable, so terrible. Dharunadaha. Jana Rama Sati Dukha Bhava. Bhagavan Shri Ramchandra ji. Hare, Bhagavan is Bhagavan, you see. In spite of what Satiji has done to her, Bhagavan understands the mental condition of Satiji. See, even to all of us, when we do all the mistakes, just as the parents understand, okay, not mature, the child has to grow. Similarly, Ramchandraji understood Satiji. Jana Rama. Siti Dukha Bhava. He understood the agony in the Sitaji's heart. Nija Prabhavu Kachu Pragati Janava. Nija Prabhavu. Therefore, he thought, okay, let me show her maybe a part of my real nature. As though a part I will show. Nija Prabhavu. Real Prabhava, no doubt, but probably he has just showed a glimpse, a slide, trailer we say. Sati Dikha. Sati Dikha means Satiji on her way back, while he is running back to her consort Shivaji. Kautuka Magajana. She saw a very great phenomenon, which probably in her whole charitra she has not seen. Kautak, phenomenon. A phenomenon she saw. Very strange, of course. Age Ram Sahita Shri Bhrata. Now see, she was turning, Ramchandraji was coming. She went ahead of Ramchandraji and she was returning. So Ramchandraji inquired her. And then she felt very, very deeply the sense of guilt. So she turned back towards Shivaji. Shivaji, where is he? He is there. Under the banyan tree. Under the shadow. Ramchandraji, Sitaji. She has turned and she is running towards Shivaji. And what does she see? Age Rama Sahita Shri Bhrata. In front of her. Earlier she saw behind her. Because she turned towards Shivaji. And in front of her, on her way back to Shivaji, she sees Ramu Sahita Shri Bhrata. Shri Sahita, meaning Shri here refers to Sitaji. Sitaji Sahita, Ramu, along with Brata Sahita, they are going. Firichita va pache Prabhu dekha. She was astounded. She said, Are, he was there. So, Firichita, she turned her head. And what did she see? Sahita Bandhu Siya Sundara Vesha. Again behind. Sahita Bandhu. Bandhu means here Lakshmanji. Lakshmanji Sahita Siya Sundara Vesha. Now she sees them in Sundara Vesha, in Adbhuta Vesha, in beautiful garb, in beautiful attire, we may say. Alankara Sahita. Sahita Bandhu Siya Sundara Vesha. Jaha Chitavahitaha Prabhu Asina. And after that she tried to see everywhere, all over, everywhere, wherever she saw Prabhu Asina. Bhagavan is seen everywhere. Seva hi Siddha Munisa Prabhina. All the Siddha Purushas, Devadi Devas, all of them, celestial beings, devatas, all of them, sevahi, they are serving him. Wherever she turned, a phenomenon which is impossible for a human mind to even conceive, comprehend. Dekhe seva bidhi Vishnu aneka. Very interesting. She saw lots of Vishnu, lots of Shiva, and lots of Bidhi. Bidhi meaning what? Brahma. Brahma's concert, Brahmani. All of them. Amita Prabhavu Ekate Eka. She not only saw Shiva, she not only saw Vishnu, she also saw Brahma. All of them at various places. And each one of them is shining over the other. Amita Prabhavu Ekate Eka. One above the other they were shining. Next is very interesting. Bandhata Charana Karata Prabhu Seva. Everybody, all the Devatas, Dhanvas, and all the sages and saints, all of them are Charana Karat. They are prostrating. Bibida Besha Dekhe Sab Seva. And interestingly, all the Devatas took different forms. Time and again they changed the forms also. And some of them took the form of Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva also. Vividha Besha Dekhe Sab Seva. Sati Bidhatri Indira Dekhi Amita Anupa. Now see, earlier Shiva, Vishnu, Brahma, Lakshmi, all of them. Now what does she see? Sati Bidhatri Indira. She sees many satis also, her own self. Can we ever imagine this thought? You are standing and you are seeing yourself everywhere. How would it be? Already there is so much of sense of guilt, sense of shame, sense of so many things, and then she is already so desperate, she is completely lost. And at that time, so many Shivas, so many Vishnus, so many Brahmas, and now Sati, she herself is seen along with Shivaji. Bidhatri was Brahmani, Brahma's wife, and then Indira. All of them, my God, Indira is what? Lakshmi. Indira is one more form of name of Lakshmi. Dekhi Amita Anupa. Everyone is so beautiful, extremely, decked up in our language. Meaning what? Beautiful ornaments, beautiful attire, looking so wonderful. Jehi Jehi Besha Ajadi Sura. Sura, all the celestial beings, Jehi Jehi Besha Ajadi. They took whatever forms they would like to take. Tehi Tehi Tana Anurupa. And in all that, what do they see? What she saw? She saw Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva. She is dumbfounded. She is completely confused, absolutely puzzled. Tulsi Dasi continues. Dekhe jahat raghupati jete sakti na sahita sakal surate te जीव चराचर जो संसारा देखे सकल अनेक प्रकारा पूजहि प्रभु ही देव बहुबेशा राम रूप दूसर नहीं देखा अवलोके रघुपति बहु तेरे सीता सहित न बेश घनेरे सोई रघुबर सोई लक्ष्मणु सीता देखी सती अति भाई सभीता हृदय कंपतन सुधि कछु नाही नयन मोदी बैठी मगमाही बहुरी बिलो के वो नयन उघारी कछु न देख कछु न दीखत दक्ष कुमारी पुनि पुनि नाई राम पद सीसा, चली तहाँ जह रहे गिरीसा। गई समीप महेश तब, हसी पूछी कुशलात। लीन्ही परीक्षा कवन विधि, कहूँ सत्य सब बात। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय, सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। देखे जह तह रघुपति जेते, देखे जहां तहां रघुपति जेते. And then what happened? Wherever she saw, when all of them are there, all of them look differently from one spot to the other spot. Sati herself, at one time, a different particular attire and ornaments. At other place, another shining attire and ornaments. Lakshmi ji also is in different attires and ornaments. Think. Brahmani, creators, consort, all of them. And Sakala Suratete, all the whole gamut of suras, gods, celestial beings, devatas, everywhere. जीव चराचर दोसम जो संसारा देखे सकल अनेक प्रकारा. She not only saw the Triputis, what we call Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva and their consorts, Jiva Charachara, even all the jivas of Chara, Achara, Vastus, Jo Samsara, in this world, in this universe, what we are all experiencing, Dekhe Sakala Aneka Prakara. She saw them in so different ways. Meaning what? She almost had the darshan of the entire vibhuti of Bhagavan. Pujahi Prabhu Deva Bahuvesha, Rama Rupa Dusara Nahi Dekha. She saw Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva. She saw all the consorts. She saw the devatas. Everybody, all of them in multiple forms, in multiple veshas. But all of them, Prabhu hi pujani deva bahuvesha. All of them, what are they doing? They are worshipping Bhagavan Sri Ramchandraji's feet. And at the same time, she also saw Rama, Sita, Lakshmana in various places, but Dusara nahi dekha. There is no different rupa. As far as Ramchandraji, Sita ji and Lakshman ji is concerned, all of them are the same rupa everywhere. What does this indicate? Ekam sat vipraha bahudha vadanti. All are nothing but Bhagavan. Ekameva dvitiyam Brahma. But according to the constitution of my mind, I see everything differently. This is what Sati ji saw. A very deep meaning I will tell you. Avaloke Raghupati bahutere. Sita Sahita Nabesha Ghanere. Sita Sahita Raghupati bahutere. But Na Besha Ghanere. There is no change of Vesha. Soi Raghupara, Soi Lakshmana, Soi Sita. Same Rama, same Lakshmana, same Sita. Dekhi Sati Ati Bhai Sabhita. When she saw all that, she became more and more fearful. Her restlessness increased. She was almost shivering. And what did she do? Dayakampatana sudhi kachu nahi, nayana mudi baithi magamahi. She became dumbfounded. Tana sudhi kachu nahi. She has lost the control of herself and she has even not been able to recognize her own body. She has forgotten her own body. That is a condition she has been pushed into, as though. Pushed into means she herself pushed herself into. Nayana Modi, her eyes became, so red, tears falling down. Baiti Mahamaya, unable to tolerate this much amount, this many, conditions around, she just sat down. She could not even put one step ahead. She sat down. Baiti Magamai, Bahuri Biloke Nayana Ughari. In her eyes, Nayana, she is continuously crying, unable to console herself. Kachuna dekataha dacha kumari. She could not see any. And when she opened her eyes, Nayana Ughari, when she opened her eyes, Kachuna dekataha dacha kumari. Dacha kumari again, Sati, when her eyes was totally tears, and therefore she must have closed her eyes and probably beaten her also, like how any of us might have done. And then when she opened her eyes, Nayana Ughari, Kachuna dekh, nobody is there, nothing is there. And then she was so cocooned within herself. She was so distressed. Puni puni nai Rama padasisa. Again and again, she just fell there. She prostrated. Rama padasisa. Remember, now she has seen Rama everywhere. So wherever she does the namaskara, it goes to Rama only. So puni puni nai Rama padasisa. Again and again she prostrated. Chali tahanjaha rahe girisa. Having done that, she again got up. She turned and ran towards Bhagavan Shivji. Gai samipa mahesa taba. When she went near Mahesha, close to Mani, when she reached him, Hasi puchi kusalat. Bhagavan Shivaji was reveling in the thought of Harinama. We saw, isn't it? He started chanting, sitting under the tree of Kalpava, what is that? Banyan tree. What is that tree called? Sometimes like this, when you are over involved, words doesn't come. How that particular scene would be, how much that experience of Satiji would be. Vriksha, under that Vriksha Chaya, he is sitting there taking Hari's Nama. He is in bliss. And when she went there, I am sure we all can imagine she must have fallen at the feet of Shivaji. Hasi puchi. He smiled and asked, Kushalat. Kushalat means what? How are you? How are you feeling now? Are you comfortable? Hasi puchi, with lot of joy, that sense of peace, that is so inexplicable. Hasi puchi kusalat, lini paricha kavana piti. Sati, did you take the pariksha of Ramchandraji? And how did you test him? He was keen to know how could she test Ramchandraji. Therefore, he was very, very, atura, we may say, as though, in a manner of saying, though he is peace inside, he wants to know, Lini paricha, kavana vidhi, in which way did you test him? Kahu satya. Look at these words. Be attentive. Kahu satya sabbat. Tell me the truth. Now see, the whole episode we will think. Whenever we make such mistakes means some deep mistakes were very wrong, something. And when we are questioned, the immediate response would be to cover up that mistake. It is much more grave. It is much more grave than, accepting the folly. Therefore, probably Shivji must have thought, now Satiji might tell a lie. But this is very common. This is the way mind reacts, you see. And incidentally, right from the childhood, very, very babies and all don't tell lie. They will tell the truth only because they don't know what is lie. They don't know that they have to escape. All that they don't know, they will tell the truth. But as and when that independent thinking starts in the child wants to get protected. Therefore, when it makes some mistake, it wants to put that blame on somebody else. Child grows like that. And the boy or the girl, the youth, and even the elderly people, whenever they do any mistake, they want to put the blame on somebody and escape. This is the very nature of the mind. This is how we have also grown, and this is how we see the world growing. But if the world is growing like that, it doesn't mean that I also have to grow like that. Though we are part of it. We have to accept, we have to confess. We are part of it, no doubt. We also have grown like that. But is there a reason to say that we are also, I am doing the way everybody does? Where is my sense? Where is my intelligence? Think. Therefore, this beautiful episode that is coined here is actually a great lesson for all of us. Accept your mistake with truthfully. Truthfully accept your mistake. 1. 2. When I realize I have done the mistake, when I realize that I have been caught red-handed, then that state of mind is something which cannot be explained, and the state is so fatal in a manner of saying. It is grave. So here the point is, be careful before the action. Once the action is done, you can't undo. In the mobile or in the laptop, computer, we may go and undo. It may revert back. That is all petty things which it can be undone. But certain things can never be undone. Certain things cannot be brought back to its originality. Therefore, that is why all our elders, saints, sages, intellectual people, guide, teachers, everybody say, think before you act. Very great lesson. A lesson that is for not one life, but for lives to come. If we have not had that experience before, now we start. What do we start? Think before we act. And in case again we fall, doesn't matter. Bounce back and start thinking before acting. Prevention is better than cure. Is it not? Hina paricha kavana vidhi. Kahu satya. Meaning, be truthful. Accept. When I have done a mistake, I must have the audacity, I must have the courage to bold enough accept. Yes, I did this mistake. I have committed this mistake, but I want to grow out of it. Not get out of it. Getting out of it is easier. Growing out of it is difficult, but the best. What is this growing out of that situation? Growing is understanding how I fell into it. Having fallen, what are all the pros and cons that I have to face? And what are all the results that I have to face? And having understood all this, when I wake up and march forward, be careful. Look forward so that you don't fall again. Think. This beautiful episode has been brought to us to educate all of us. We may be wrong, yes. Why we may be? We are wrong. We are definitely, all of us have made mistakes. In different degrees. And those degrees are also relative. For me, this is a grave mistake. For other person, it's nothing. It's okay. But for other person, what was grave would not be such a grave mistake. So the mistakes are all relative. But mistake is a mistake. Therefore, a mistake being committed requires rectification, transformation, acceptance, and grow over those mistakes. Grow out of those mistakes. Now we will see how Shivji treats Satiji. A very, 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 very deep knowledge that is being given, which we will take in our next series starting from the 16th. All right. And by the way, let me make a mention. This series has completed. Next series is from 16 to 22nd. But those of you who have been giving the Guru Dakshina, sending the Guru Dakshina, you may please send only once for the whole month. Not twice. Only once. In case you have been sending, send it only once. That whichever time you want to give, that you may give, but send it only once. That is sufficient, good enough, in case you are giving. Thank you for all the support, and more than all the external support, it is because of you that my heart is also opening, my mind is also opening, my intellect also is opening. I am able to see my own mistakes, and I am able to see what is the condition of Satiji. I can experience it now. This is the end result which Bhagavan Tulsi Das Ji wanted all of us to experience and grow out of our own individuality, our own prestige, our own false image, our own mistakes, our own blunders and crimes. Let us all grow out of it. May I invoke Bhagavan Shri Ramchandra Ji's grace, Gurudev's blessings, and let us all trek our path towards the result, what is being expected out of this wonderful Ramakatha. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. As always, the series concludes with a Nama Japa. One small Nama Japa we will do and then proceed. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. 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 Jaya Jaya Ram. जय जय राम। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय। बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय। श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय।